can't pick up anything with those claw grabber machines. Maybe if I wait here long enough, Dr. Cossack will run out of quarters and give up. I went to beach. Hey, not so close. I don't want to get pinched. Why no beach? Because it hurts. Maybe little beach. You know, I've got Dust Crusher here, so no beach, no beach, no beach. Now it's time for offensively bad voice acting. Please, Mega Man, don't! My fuzzer is not really evil! Dr. Wily took me hostage and forced my fuzzer to fight you! Please, Mega Man, don't hurt my fuzzer anymore!
Oh, Kalinka.
Fuzzer!
Mega Man, forgive me.
Dramatic pause. You betrayed me, Proto Man! I'm gonna break you, Mega Man! Thank you for joining us. This has been Disasterpiece Theater. Oh, eyebrows, 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 eyebrows. Eyebrows, eyebrows, eyebrows. I should probably stop singing the battle theme using the word eyebrows. It's Dr. Wily's new fortress, or perhaps his old fortress. We didn't necessarily make all of Skull Compound collapse at the end of Mega Man 3, so maybe this is just a majorly renovated version of what we saw last game, but with, you know, a fresh, pretty coat of paint inside. It seems we're slipping in through the sewers, or at least that's sort of what I always thought this section was, and here is a really great idea. It's a simple idea, but I really appreciate it, for a level. All of the enemies are hard hats. Every single one. And this is good because there's actually a whole bunch of different kinds of hard hats. You've got the ballerina hard hats, you've got the hopping hard hats, the ones that just run at you. I mean, well, okay, that's only like 3 types of hard hats, but still, the point remains that they do a lot of good things with it. And this is surprisingly more challenging than you might think it would be. Destroying hard hats with the regular blaster requires a decent amount of accuracy and precise timing. If you're a little bit off, or if you take a little bit too long to destroy 1 or 2 of the hard hats, you'll usually find yourself being swarmed by these guys, and then it becomes very difficult to take them all out without special weapons, which you kind of want to be saving for later on in the game. Now this area here justifies Rush Marine's existence. This jump terrifies me, and this jump, both of them, it took me years to confidently jump over them without Rush Marine. Lots of practice. Take that! Yeah, that's right, Mr. Buzzsaw. Trying to make me look bad by making me say, oh yeah, all the enemies in this level are hard hats, and then you show up. Ugh. I'm going to cross this spike pit using Rush Jet. In my opinion, it's just as interesting and just as challenging to hop on Rush at the right height, ride him across, and leap up to that top platform there all in one smooth motion, as it is to go through the honest way with the disappearing bricks. Besides, I have nothing to prove after going through Mega Man 2, starting with Heatman stage first, so cut me some slack. Does anybody have any idea what's going on through those windows in the background? I mean, that doesn't even look like anything back there. Okay, this does. That looks like a face with the water and the platforms, but the windows? What's there? I don't know. Oh, and incidentally, I guess that would make 4 different kinds of hard hats. The underwater hard hats I forgot to mention. So there are 4 different kinds in this level. 5 different kinds in this level. Alright. Well, however many different kinds of hard hats there are in this stage, this one should have really been expected from the very beginning. Especially after Mega Man 3, where you had those ginormous hard hat mini-bosses in Needleman stage the second time around. Except, I like those guys. I don't really like this guy at all. I mean, it's really frustrating to get frozen in place when he lands, and it's all too easy to get caught in a corner where you can't dodge him, and then the hard hats fall out of the sky on you, and that's just embarrassing. The worst part, he looks clueless. It's like, oh, what's going on? I'm just jumping around. You're just getting beaten to death by something that doesn't even realize you're the bad guy. Or the good guy. Any helmet. Once again, you'll see that the paths that are traced out on the map screen for Dr. Cossack's castle and for Dr. Wily's castle are horribly inaccurate. They don't really show exactly the way that the levels are going to progress. Seriously, it's like Dr. Wily was intentionally trying to confuse you so you didn't know which way the levels were going to go. Mommy, can I please have a color-changing Mega Man? Yeah, that was always fun, I thought. The long sliding passages where if you let go of the charge button, you'd stay glowing whatever color it was when you let go of the button. Yeah. Nice. It's fun. Now, this balloon adapter thing, most people would use 2 balloons in a row to get up there because it's a lot safer, but I'm being a little bit reckless and sort of exploiting that ability to instantly leap up onto the balloon platform as I fire it, which you'll see right here. This is fairly risky. You see me kind of boop, pop up to the top there. Sort of been overusing that sound effect. Boop. I'll try and avoid that. I'll try and scale back on that. It was an odd place for Flip Top to be. I don't know if that struck you as odd as well, just because he's, like, on the other side of the platform. Never mind that I missed. Just pretend like I didn't miss, and pretend that what you're about to see didn't happen either, like this part with the owl. Momentarily lapsed in the coolness. So, the coolness has returned. Yeah, the coolness has returned. This is pretty neat, too. Normally I don't use Pharaoh Shot here, but whoosh! I just love that sound effect. Whoosh! You'd think that after all of these years, all the advancements with technology, robotic mummies would not be flammable, somehow. Here's some neat jumping. Ah, clever. Yes, that's a pretty tight, tricky little spot there, so beware. Something to note, when you charge up the Mega Buster and you press pause, you retain your charge, even if you switch weapons. So if you see here, check this out. Ah, I had already had a fully charged Mega Buster in reserve. You might need to rewind the video in case you missed that part where I did that. Aha! Thinking ahead. The miracle of being able to plan and do a stage over and over again. This is a little bit of a tricky challenge, just because these projectiles are a little bit difficult to dodge. It's not horrible if you fall onto the spike pit, though, because it's usually easy enough to hop right back out. Now, this is interesting. I wasn't really paying attention to how much of my ring boomerang energy I was using, and that's really the weapon you should be using against the boss, which we affectionately call the giant gumball machine boss, because, I mean, really, what are those but explosive gumballs? As you might suspect, the only place this boss is vulnerable is in that glowing dot in the center of his forehead. Now, while you should be using the platforms to get up to that height to hit him, you can stand on the edge of the ledge. The edge of the ledge, right there. It's highly unsafe. Not safe. Don't do it. Unless you really want to. Now, Mega Buster here, that would have been so cool if that hit would have connected, but as you see, if your aim is just a little bit off, you completely bounce off of him. Kaboom! Unless your aim is perfect or nearly perfect, or unless you have a slew of E-tanks that you don't mind wasting just to beat this boss, it's going to be brutal if you try and use the Mega Buster. Use Ring Boomerang. Not only is it larger than your Mega Buster shots, but the boomerang passes right through the boss, so if you miss a little bit, it's not going to bounce right off, excepting in very rare, weird circumstances that just make you go, huh? How did my boomerang bounce off? So, only use Mega Buster if you're asking for a challenge! An E-tank, 2 large weapon capsules, a 1-up. This must be a sign. They must be giving me clues about something. Something's going to... It's the end of the game! Yes, that must be it. Oh, that's sneaky. Drop an enemy on you, or drop onto an enemy right as soon as you land on that screen. That's one of those situations where if you're prepared for it, great. Maybe you won't get hit. Otherwise, almost guaranteed you're going to get smacked around a little bit. Not that this is a very difficult section of the game. This is really more for powering up. I mean, all of those freebie weapon capsules. That was pretty nice there, that shot there. I hope you saw that. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you don't mind that I keep pointing these things out. Anyways, check this out. Music is awesome here. Yes, you've got the Pharaoh Man whoosh sound effect in there. Bonus points for this music. Best song in the game. Anyways, that whole section there was just sort of filler to get yourself charged up a little bit for whatever's at the bottom of this long hole. It's, yes, the fight against the 8 Robot Masters. Haha, all over again. And we'll start off with Drill Man. The nice thing about this run of Mega Man 4 is that you can sort of see me actually improving throughout the course of the game. Now, I've played this game plenty of times, and I've gotten way better at it than I used to be when I first started playing. But there's always room for improvement. So if I ever make new videos and play through this game again some years down the road, I can promise you it'll still look better than this. And that's a good thing, because if this were the top of my game right now, not only would I be kind of sad, but, you know, I'd have very little reason to replay the game. I wouldn't do things differently. Anyways, where I'm going with this is that my Drill Man with Battle is much better going. English. Anyways, he's about due to fall here. Something, if I didn't mention it before, you can use Rain Flush to hit him while he's under the dirt, but who needs that? I don't. Besides, Rain Flush only does 1 damage to Drill Man. You should really save your weapon energy for the fight with Bright Man, dumping water on light bulbs. It sort of reminds me of a song. How did it go? I think it was, Someone left the bright man in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause I never seem to make it through this battle without ever being hit. Oh no. Come on, MacArthur Park reference. No?